Hello guys, welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. Today I bring you this chicken farm, which is a concept I thought about 7 years ago, but for some reason I just never got to build it. It was already possible back then, but for some reason I never really went for it. So basically this is a smart chicken farm that is going to automatically balance the resources for you, so we have no waste. We're trying to have green designs here. This farm can balance the production of every possible drop the chickens can make that can be obtained automatically and in a renewable way. It uses the traditional method where we have a bunch of chickens to lay eggs, and down here we have a chamber where we wait for them to grow so that we can get the drops. And we also have the chicken face, which is very important for this farm, and also villagers here because we can do trades with them. So we're gonna get lots of feathers, which usually has no use mostly, but with this guy here, you can get a lot of emeralds. And this other guy here, you can sell the raw chicken. So what is really smart about this farm, huh? So as I mentioned before, as these guys up here keep laying eggs, this machine down here is going to automatically crack the eggs, so we can get the baby chicks automatically. And you can see, you watch this lamp now. If I take any eggs from here, we'll notice that the lamp is now off. And this means that it's not going to produce any of the other stuff. The machine is now automatically going to be set up to collect eggs, and it's going to do so until it has enough eggs. So every time it gets an egg, this lamp blinks, but at some point it's going to basically fill up the inventory once again. This is what the machine is trying to do. It's trying to get enough eggs so that the storage is completely full. Once it's done, it returns automatically to the basic mode, or it waits for the chickens to become feathers, raw chicken, and fried chicken here. As a matter of fact, everything works in parallel here. So the chickens, we're not cracking the eggs anymore, but the chickens are still growing and things like that. So eventually they're going to suffocate and they're going to generate raw chicken for us. But the system also senses how much of those items we have. So if we get too much of the raw chicken, the system will automatically switch and turn into a chicken cooker. So if you watch this block up here, if I now place a bunch of those in here, the system will sense it and then it switches to lava. So now when they grow, they will start producing raw chicken. And that's the same here. If we have enough of the cooked chicken, it switches back to placing a block there, so we get more of those. So this will keep switching the machine automatically. So it's always going to produce something useful. Because what I see happening in most of the servers is at some point people find better food sources, so they basically stop picking cooked chicken at all, and the farms will still produce the cooked chicken, which nobody wants. So instead, this machine will automatically switch to producing something that is useful, so you can trade with the villagers. And last but definitely not least, there is a little machine here that once your storage is completely full, it's going to just throw items on cactus and destroy them automatically. So the machine is basically self-managing. And here's the redstone. So yeah, basically cared about making it fully functional, so didn't care too much about compactness this time. And here we have the chicken coop. Yeah, those are the dispensers that make lava and the other thing, which I think is snow something, to alternate. I will show you guys during the tutorial. This is the clock that fires the egg shooter, which is down here. As you can see, everything is activated on demand. There are no permanent clocks in here. They are activated only when needed. The secondary clock here is for the item disposal system, which I showed you guys. And down here we have a item sorting system, Impulse SV so 1, which has overflow protection. Here's how we detect when we have enough eggs. Here's the storage. Here are your optional villagers. By the way, this guy trades arrows with weakness. I never thought about that, huh? Interesting. Here's the system that switches between lava and powder snow. By the way, I think it's super cool because it's so seamless. If you watch the block changing, it changes almost instantly because of the update order here with the observer. So inside this bucket, I have powder snow. and inside this one, lava, of course. So I think this is a really cool mechanism. In the past, I would use only water and powder snow, which is possible. Let me show you actually this in action, because it's cool to see water turning to lava and vice versa. So watch this. Yeah, but water actually will make the items float when they drop from the chickens, and the chickens themselves will try to float, and which is why I switched it to powder snow, which is a new item available in Minecraft 1.17. We're going to start with the item filter, which is a build a lot of people are familiar with. So just build this profile, just like this, and pay attention to the directions the hoppers are facing. So this one is facing this way, and those two are pointing down. This is just a regular double chest here, and this one is pointing this side because we're going to expand this way. Alright, once you're done building the basic structure for the item filters, it's time to configure the filters. So you can see that I'm using this renamed items here. By the way, this was supposed to be chicken farm item filter, but I'm good at spelling, so this is what you get. And you get one of each item in here, and then this specific amount of items in here. So first one, 10 eggs. Second one, 41 feathers. Next one, 41 raw chicken. Next one, and final one, 41 cooked chicken. So, and this is what gives the item filter the overflow protection. Now we're going to build the killing chamber and the egg shooter. So we place a hopper facing this other hopper, so hold shift to do that. And here, preferably, we want to have a slab that is not flammable because lava can be on top of it. And here comes the dispenser. So basically, when we're trying to produce eggs, eggs will go inside this dispenser, but will flow through this hopper all the way inside the storage. But when the storage is completely full, we're going to lock this guy here by using this little circuit here. I'm going to use glass here. So yeah, I can just place a repeater here. Repeater or comparator, I don't think it matters. All right. And to power this, we're going to use, let's try a node block here. And then a pair of observers, and here we can read the state of this using this comparator with a solid block here, redstone torch, redstone dust, and then we use a target block to redirection the redstone dust in there, and here a repeater on 2 ticks. Alright, so basically when the storage is full, this block will be powered. The reason why I'm not powering it from the back is because it's going to break the other filters. So I will just simulate it by flicking this lever in here so eggs cannot escape here. And then if you place any items in here, let me just put a few inside here. It's going to shoot those items, see? And then when it's empty again, it's going to stop automatically. Let's place a few more blocks in here so we can make this chamber complete. You can use glass here if you want to have a window so you know when chickens are available. And here we can place another dispenser facing another dispenser here. Inside this one on the left side, you want to have your lava, and this one has the powder snow. So another window in here because it's useful to see which block is in there. All right. And here we can have a piston that goes like this. This piston needs to be a sticky piston connected to some block. I'll just use like regular glass in here, but it's just any block really. And then yeah, preferably you want to have a solid block here. Let's try to do this. And then you want to have this guy be extended. When this is extended, once you empower it, once you flick the lever again, this observer is going to be affected first. So what we can do here is to place our observers facing the dispensers. We can place another block here to hold the lava that's going to flow, and then we can fire this guy. So I can fire this on this side, and then when you flick it, it's going to switch correctly. Yeah, if you do it wrong, then basically you're going to lose your bucket of something and then you have to replace it. But this is how it works. Here where I placed the glass, we actually need a hopper, so we hold shift, and this is what's going to bring the eggs from this layer up top into the killing chamber down here. So we can complete it with a few more blocks of your choice, just like this. And here it's important that we use carpet or something on top so that the chickens don't get inside the hoppers, because this is something that used to happen. I'm not sure if it still happens because I don't know. But just to be safe, you know, I use the carpets. And then here's where you place the chickens. I'm not gonna do a tutorial on how to place chickens here. You can just basically build up a tube here and throw the eggs in here, and they will grow into adult chickens, and then you can cover it like this. Well, I just did a tutorial on how to place the chickens in there, didn't I? I just placed a few chickens in there, and I think you can have around 40 chickens in total because they keep moving around. So in theory, it should be 48 with those two blocks of space here. But yeah, you don't want to have way too many chickens in here, so otherwise they're going to cause lag. And if you do too many, then the entity crowding thing is going to start killing your chickens. So yeah, that's about it. Okay, so down here we're gonna do some redstone again. So just place a comparator here, solid block, another comparator here. Actually, I'm gonna have to break this block in here because we need another comparator here, and this one goes on subtraction mode. So this is the logic that makes we know the difference between the number of items in this chest with the raw chicken and this one with the cooked chicken. And then we just need to bring this signal up. So we can use a target block here and 3 redstone torches, like so. So the logic down there is going to be compatible with our choice for switching these guys up here. And up here, all we need to do is to place a solid block, redstone dust. And I like to set this repeater on 4 ticks so that even if things change quickly here by players taking items too fast, this piston moving here is never going to break the dispensers and the items inside it. So this lever was temporary as well, so I can get rid of it. So this is almost the entire farm done. And now we can do the last part related to automation in this build, which is the item disposal system. So I'm just using a double chest here, and then hopper. And this one is finally going to be a dropper. All of the other ones are dispensers, by the way. This is the only dropper we're gonna have in this build. You can make it face any place that is convenient for you. And here goes the redstone for this thing. I could have just used a piston, but I think those circuits are a little bit annoying, so I prefer to make it this way. Alright, so I guess it's something like this. So those observers face opposite ways, and we get a node block in the middle, dust, repeater on 2 ticks, solid block here, and I think that's it. Yes, I guess. Let me check just to be sure, because I just made this build, so I don't have everything memorized properly. Yeah, I think that's about it. And down here is where you want to have your cactus. Once again, I like to use transparent blocks, so I know that sand is on top of this thing, so I don't break this block by mistake. So sand and cactus, and then I'm gonna build a little bit of a cage here so that items won't escape, basically. Throw them away. Alright, so yeah, I just extended my storage this far. I think it's a lot, to be honest, especially in single player. You're never going to use a lot of this, and it's not a good idea to have a map full of chests. And on servers, you can build this on your spawn chunks, and this farm will produce continually. I also have the item frames in here, the new item frames, what is the name of these guys? The glow item frame things. Alright, so you can have your items labeled like this, and I almost forgot to mention it, but there is the lamp here, which is optional, but yeah, maybe it could be useful. So the way to power it is you just place a block here and then a repeater there, and yeah, we're gonna see when new eggs are in the system, like just like now, as well as when the system's finally full with eggs. This is going to take a while. So basically this will be full of eggs, and then chickens are going to start spawning here, and then they're going to start to get feathers and raw chicken, and finally eventually it's going to start switching between lava and yeah, the powder snow, just like you see here. Yeah, and then the system will self-manage. When it gets too many items, it's going to start disposing of those. So yeah, this is the entire build. Adding the decorations as well as the villagers for trading is optional, and yeah, it's up to you. By the way, I want to mention that I have been working on a new villager trading hall for the newest version of the game. It's almost ready. It's really nice design. Yeah, can be looking forward to this in the near future. So with that, I finished this video. I hope that this build is useful for you guys. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like. It would be very nice. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you next time.